Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gajira. I am the Silver Dragon Gamer. Now, after last week's video, I had originally planned to do Ocarina of Time this week. Unfortunately, that video ended up being way bigger than I originally anticipated, so I am going to need a little bit more time to finish that one. So instead, I decided to go ahead and do the remaster for Link's Awakening for the Switch. I really felt like this game deserved its own video because there is enough of a difference between the original Link's Awakening DX, and this. Now, that being said, I can't say I'm a huge fan of this version of the game. I do like the new mechanics as far as movement goes. I think it's a much smoother feel. I do like the feel of not having to go room to room for the overworld where it's just one big open map. That feels really nice for the game. I find the sound effects and the music to be better. My biggest gripe with this game is the actual visuals. I think they're absolute garbage. They look like it's cheap plastic. And for a Nintendo game, I really expect better from this company than cheap plastic characters that look like something from early CGI. Now, that being said and out of the way, I do plan on going back and playing through this game. I haven't played Link's Awakening completely in many years. I think the original version I played was Link's Awakening, not DX. So I would like to go through and experience a lot more of the new stuff from this version. So without much further ado, let's jump in, see how strong we can get Link without entering any dungeons and trying to do this without any glitches. So obviously we're going to load up our brand new game world from here and jump right into it. Marin talks to us, we run over and run into Terran, who gives us our shield, which is our first item on our list. After that, we're going to head out and go grab Link's sword off the beach again. So we head back around, push the sea urchins out of the way, come down, run into the ever-chatty owl, and then grab our sword right off the beach as per the usual game. Now we're going to take off back to May Village to go grab a heart piece, just slaughtering everything, going up the cliff and back into town, and jump back into our well for the first heart piece. Once we have our heart piece, we're going to head back upstairs and go get our first secret seashell with Link's lawn mowing service. And now once we have the shell, we're going to continue on mowing down all this grass and bushes just to earn about 20 or 30 rupees so we can go do the Trendy game again to farm up a bunch of new stuff along with the Yoshi doll, the heart piece, the Cow doll, the secret seashell, and about 500 rupees. Now the first thing you're going to notice is that this is a completely different claw game than was in the original or DX versions. This is more in line with an actual claw game, but it's still way simpler as well. All you have to do is use that light that shines as your guiding principle to catch whatever you're trying to catch. There is a little bit of wonkiness with this because items, particularly the rupees, will occasionally fall out the right side of the claw, and that can be very frustrating. If that does happen to you, I highly recommend that you simply leave the room to reset the Trendy game and then come back in and do it again. The reason I suggest that is it's not really worth the time to try to pick up something that's rolled out of position or is in a different spot and maybe much harder to get. As you can see, we get the Yoshi doll this round, the heart piece, and the purple rupee. Now when we step outside, this little boy is going to tell us, hey, my mom's looking for that Yoshi doll. It's just kind of the game's way of giving us a hint of what to do with the doll. Now when we go back in, as you can see, there are new items to be picked up, not just rupees or powder. This time we've got a secret shell and a little Cow doll that we can pick up and put down in a later spot in this video. One thing you will discover about this new version of the game is there are a lot more secret seashells that supposedly give you a lot of really good items later in the game once you manage to get to Seashell Mansion. Now obviously we won't be going to Seashell Mansion because it is much later in the game, but we will still be grabbing up all of the seashells that we do find at this early point in the game. Now, as I'm retrieving the red rupee, it does glitch through the side of the claw, so I'm just going to abandon it and let it lay, grab my items, go outside, and reset the Trendy game. Now, when I come back in, it's reset to a blue, a purple, and a heart. So I want to grab up the purple, which is going to be worth 50, and then I grab the red, which is worth 20, giving us a net total of 50 rupees. After this, we're just going to speed track it to our 500th rupee. And there we go, that's our 500th one. So now we go shopping for the shovel and a heart piece. We go into the store to the north, buy the shovel legitimately from this guy. One thing you're going to notice it's missing is there's no bombs this time. The reason I go out and come back in is I wanted it to reload the bow just to verify that yes, it is 980. And no, this time I will not be stealing the bow. I will be going back down to the rupee game to earn it. As you can see there, I'm grabbing my last purple rupee after much grinding, and I have my 980 that I can go buy the bow and arrow with. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to go and start the trade chain by turning the Yoshi doll into the lady so she can have it for her kid. Now, the next step in the trade chain is we turn the ribbon into the cow for the dog food, and we grab a secret seashell out of the cow's home. Then from here, we're going to run next door and drop off the little cow doll on the table so that we can go back out and go fishing. In the fishing this time, we're going to get 2 heart pieces, a fairy bottle, and the middle weight. The easiest one to get is the orange fish, and when you grab one of those, the fisherman is going to weigh it and then reward you with not only some rupees, but your first heart piece from the fishing game. Now after that, I would really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, comment, and share the video with everyone else, and it helped me grow the channel just a little bit more. I just want to say thanks to all those who have. Now, after that, you want to try to grab one of the green fish. Doesn't matter which one, they are all going to give you the same thing. He's going to say it's a big fish, he's going to pay you a little bit of money, and then you'll get the medium weight lure and another heart piece. After you've gotten the medium weight lure, what you want to do is go ahead and equip it so that it'll sink much faster, because we're going to try to get the fairy bottle off the very bottom of the pond here. This can be a little bit tricky because if the bottle touches any fish while you're reeling it in, you'll immediately lose the bottle and it'll fall back to the floor. It may help to clear out some of the other fish while you're trying to do this. Like I cleared out the big green one there in the middle, and that really seemed to help once I got it past the bottom green fish. Now you will have to pay 10 rupees every time that bottle drops to be able to start fishing again, but now that we have it, we're going to continue on with our trade chain, taking the dog food, turning it into the croc down here on the beach for some bananas. Once the croc gets his dog food, he's going to throw the can up, chomp it down because he's a bit of a greedy little pig, and he's going to hand us back some bananas saying, sorry, not a fair trade, but pound sand. So now that we have the bananas, we can move on to our next step, which is a secret seashell that's new. We want to go about a screen and a half, 2 screens over to the east, and to that little corner there and grab the seashell. Now we're heading into the mysterious woods because we want to grab yet another secret seashell. So to access the mysterious woods, we want to go to the northeast corner of Mabe Village, and when it gets dark like this, the little owl will come in, talk to us, and we're in the mysterious woods. The area we're looking for is an area with a circle of flowers and a shield moblin right here. We want to defeat the shield moblin by bouncing him off ours, dig up the center of the flowers, and there's our next seashell. And then it's on to the toadstool. Now, many of you pointed out in the previous video that yes, you can get the magic powder from the Trendy game, but in this version, that's not an option. It's not carried in the Trendy game. We have to come over here through the cave to get the toadstool. And then it's back into the cave because once more, we have to go all the way to the north and east to go to the witch's hut so that we can turn in this weird little toadstool so she can give us the magic powder so we can continue on with the game. She's all the way over here, and once we duck inside, she's just going to start whipping up the powder when we talk to her. Now this is one nice little quality of life that we don't have to equip an item and show it to her. It is a nice little quality of life improvement along with the ability to keep using a sword and shield and your items. These do help bring the game's level up and make it a much more playable game, and is one of the reasons why I intend to keep playing this game all the way through to the finish. And if you'd like to see that, please leave a comment down below, and if I get a fair number of them, I will definitely record it and post it here on the channel. Now once we get the tail key, the owl will show up, give us some exposition, and then it's on to the final secret shell for this run. And as you can see here, we have the shovel, the bow, the magic powder, the fairy bottle, 6 shells, the tail key, the bananas, the Kokiri tunic, the shield, the sword, and we actually have an extra heart this time, as well as a quarter of one more to go. And with all that being said and collected, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in again. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you want to see me continue this series. Until the next one.